Thank you for joining us for this special episode looking back at 2020 before the pandemic. I'm Naiba Reynoso. Our first story explores the LA Found program launched in 2018 by Supervisor Janice Hahn. Wandering is a common problem associated with dementia, Alzheimer's, and autism. While most of these individuals are recovered, it can end in tragedy. Here's how LA Found works to reunite them with their families.
My son came in and said, "Oh my gosh, Mom, Dad's nowhere to be found. What are we going to do?" I quite honestly, and my son, both of us, we didn't think we were going to see him again. And I remember my heart just sinking. I have no idea of where he went. I have no idea of trying to figure out where he is. Then all of a sudden my mind switched and I thought, okay, he's got the device on. I know what to do. We went over it. They're very thorough about training people with the program.
LA Found is celebrating its 1-year anniversary, and I think the program is already so successful. It gives peace of mind to all the families who have a loved one who might tend to wander.
That night when he disappeared, I felt like I had slacked off and that he was going to pay the price of me slacking off. Because it's a lot of responsibility to take care of them, and we get tired, and we do our best, but you need help. And this program has, I'm so sorry. This program has saved me.
We got off the freeway, he picked up a signal, I went to your house, and by the time I got to your house, he's saying, "Hey, I got it."
It was 15 minutes. I was like,
sorry,
this cannot, this
did I hear
is
that right?
like, no.
Anybody that cares for someone who has Alzheimer's or dementia, or even a child who has autism, knows you cannot watch them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's physically impossible. So this gives them the peace of mind that if they happen to turn their back or take a nap, that we'll be able to respond and return their loved one to them as quickly as possible.
His daily life, that's what keeps him going, is being able to take his walks that he likes to do. Simple, but that's like everything to him. The alternative to this would be like a jail type facility for him, and he would not want that at all. This Project Lifesaver was able to literally save his life and save his way of life too.
Yeah. You want it on the right side or the left side?
No, put it on the left side.
Yeah, okay.
The police didn't really consider him at risk, so they weren't looking for him.
Why not?
Well, he was like me and you. You go to the beach. When you're coming back, you're just a regular individual. You might have some issues and problems, okay, but you'll be back, right?
Like before I knew it, there was a whole group of people on the lawn. They had a helicopter and a whole cavalry. So and a device too. I'm like, this is insane. Like, this is so great. They cared so much, and they went out there and they did it.
Yeah. The officers came over, the deputies came over, and they put this on your wrist. And Aiden, you were so good about it. The person goes missing once, and you sort of hope that it won't happen again. And it does. And you're kind of living in crisis all the time. It's very hard to accept that your loved one is going to need more help. and that you are going to need more help. And what's so great about Project Lifesaver is that you're bringing in a community. You're not just going it alone. And I think so many families of people with Alzheimer's, dementia, and autism feel very alone.
And she also lives in Inglewood?
Yeah, she lives in Inglewood with me at work.
We will deploy somebody over there to look for her.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hey Juan, I'm gonna start initiating a search right here at the Inglewood city limits.
Copy, sir.
So I'm gonna turn on the device. Last seen wearing blue jeans, sleeveless top, and leopard print black heels. She hopped on that bus. She could be either north or south. We're just gonna check the lead that she possibly could go to this address. Nope, we found her. Cool, you by?
We'll route back to the residence.
Okay, just confirming she was found using the Project Lifesaver device?
Yes, sir, she was located in the device.
Copy.
She was displaced. They sold her apartment building in the other side of Inglewood. She sometimes doesn't remember that she no longer lives there and that the place is vacant, and then she wants to go home. So this program is really helpful.
Probably close to a quarter mile away, I started getting like a light ping, and then about half the distance from getting to her, it got super strong. It worked out perfect. It worked out perfect. The equipment, the teamwork, it was good. You don't get any happier than when you see them walking down the street and you're like, awesome, we found her. She's gonna be fine.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'm not going to do that.
You gotta stay home now.
Yeah.
Just don't leave, right?
Right.
Okay.
Earlier this year, Supervisor Janice Hahn donated $100,000 to the Marine Mammal Center of Los Angeles because they were in danger of closing. The center is a hospital for sick and injured marine life picked up on the shores of Los Angeles County.
The Marine Mammal Care Center came about in about 1992 when Marineland closed down. And it was built to take over the function of the rehabilitation function that Marineland used to provide. And since that time, we have taken in over 8,000 animals, and we've been open 365 days a year. Hi, my name is Lauren Palmer, and I'm the veterinarian at the Marine Mammal Care Center in Los Angeles. We take in animals that are sick and injured that strand in Los Angeles County. So that our territory really, our response territory is really Malibu down past Long Beach to Seal Beach. Marine Animal Rescue is another entity, and they actually do the rescues, but then they bring the animals to us. So we provide the hospital function.
This is a big job. We have 2 staff members usually on each shift, and then depending on the time of year, it can be 6 volunteers, it can be like 10 volunteers. Do we have enough boards? I think one more. What I love about working here is seeing an animal that needs a second chance, that comes in super skinny, emaciated, under 15 pounds, and then we put a lot of weight on them and they're able to be released back to the ocean.
We received a generous contribution from Janice Hahn's office, which is going to be amazing for us in terms of getting other government entities to kind of join this tidal wave of supporting our center. And the board slashed the budget down from $1.6 million to $1 million so that we could conserve resources while we ramp up a huge fundraising project and community awareness project just to let people know that we need funding and we need it fast.
One of the things I love about this center is that it is free and it is open to the public. And I don't think there are very many places along the California coast anywhere where you can get this close and see wild animals in recovering and recuperating.
Hi, I'm Janine, and I'm parent to Jai and Zen.
Hello.
We're doing a field trip with Connections Academy. So it's a homeschooling program, and this is one of our field trips. I would definitely recommend this to other families. I think it's a great educational experience. We want them to go back into the ocean and be able to survive and be wild animals and not be imprinted or dependent on people for food.
I like that they go to beaches and take hurt seals, bring them back to the hospital, and heal them up and then release them back into the wild.
Every day, hundreds of outreach workers are on the streets of Los Angeles County, connecting with the most vulnerable people living on those streets. Meet Paula, whose climb from the streets to becoming an outreach team member inspires hope within the Los Angeles County Department of Mental Health.
My name is Paula Woodworth. I work with Los Angeles County Department of Mental Health. I am a member of the HOME team, which stands for Homeless Outreach and Mobile Engagement.
I met Paula around 2012 or so. What I was seeking was just people who had a passion, and we were blessed enough to bring her on board.
Ready? We'll see you in a little bit. The HOME team, we were specifically created to touch those individuals that are the most vulnerable, the ones that people don't want to see or overlook because they're so scary looking. This is where we have to canvass the area, go through the alleys behind the buildings to try and find our clients, because most of them are pretty elusive. What we do is we go out in the community, we share hope. Take this out to them. We want to give them support. Can you spare a few moments? Well, my name's Paula Woodworth. I'm with the Department of Mental Health. We're out trying to do some outreach and pass out information and resources.
This is a human issue. The people that you see on the street are someone's mother, brother, sister, daughter.
What's some of your symptoms?
ADHD.
ADHD?
Hyperactive disorder for sure. That's the main one.
Paula is a prime example of that.
That's cool. Yeah.
That was her some years ago.
12, 14 hours later, she came.
What I'm gonna do is write down my name and my number for you. When I first met somebody, they'll ask me, well, what do you know about it? And be like, well, I will actually go into detail and I will share my story. I started experimenting with drugs. My dad put me out of the house. I was on the streets, ended up getting in trouble a couple of times. By that point, I was actually on a mission to kill myself. I had tried several times.
There are a number of factors that lead people into homelessness, and there are a variety of approaches to helping people get out of that.
Carrie, is that girl's name Sarah? That's her.
Yes.
What's going on?
Hey. I'm ready to get in Tarzana.
Are you?
Yeah. I was on standby, and then I called yesterday, but I realized I was calling the wrong number. I was asking Dempsey about you to get me in contact to have you call me.
Oh. In 2009, I was having a severe psychotic break. I was paranoid to the point where I thought my mom wasn't my mom and that she had sold my son. I started throwing things. I assaulted my mom. But that's where the change actually came in, because that was probably the first time that I'd actually gone to try and get help. So this was the beginning of my journey, October 2nd, 2009. It's scary to see it and think just how close I was to probably death. I'm thankful that I'm alive. I'm proud that I was able to recognize that I'm worth more than that. Sarah! You want to go? Got a bed for you right now. Yeah? Yeah? All right, we're gonna load it up. The experiences that I've had in my life It helps me be able to relate with an individual. How you feeling, Sarah?
Crazy.
Okay. But you're not alone.
For some reason, you always appear when I need you most.
Well, I'm just glad I saw you again. But I'm really proud of this decision that you're making. It's huge. Yeah.
It's better than jail.
When was the last time you got well?
At the end of the day, connection is everything. That connection is what may cause you to say, oh yes, I'll think about going to a shelter tonight. Oh yes, I'll think about talking to a doctor. Thank God somebody stepped in with Paula. Like, thank God. She is an angel.
We have a whole team here with so many different lived experiences. I'm gonna grab some clothing items for her, so yeah.
To give back gets part of her own recovery.
Everybody deserves to have a life. Everybody deserves to be treated as a human. All I can say is there's hope.
My Health LA is a no-cost healthcare program for people who live in Los Angeles County. It is free for people who cannot get health insurance. And here's how it works. Ramon Hernandez left Mexico and his career as a lawyer behind nearly 20 years ago, so his son, who was 6 at the time, could be treated by a child cancer specialist in the United States. They stayed here so his son could receive continued care.
My son is perfectly fine now. It's been 19 years. He also passed a 10-year remission period. To prove he's healthy, he's even run the LA Marathon twice.
Buenos días, señor Ramón. ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está?
Although his son beat cancer, Hernandez found himself needing medical attention. He's aging and has a heart condition. Since he didn't qualify for Medi-Cal and couldn't afford private insurance, he found that help with a program called My Health LA.
Vengo por presión alta. I come because of my high blood pressure and my heart palpitations.
My Health LA is a program of the Department of Health Services. We provide health care for people who are uninsured and don't qualify for public insurance.
My Health LA started in 2014. Currently, it serves over 140,000 patients in LA County.
Obviously, it's a very much needed program and very much appreciated program. I don't know where else these patients would be able to go. And so this is one of the reasons why I went into healthcare, to be able to meet the needs of not just those who have insurance, but those who don't have insurance.
To qualify for My Health LA, you must be at least 26 years old, live in LA County, be low income, and unable to qualify for public insurance such as Medi-Cal.
My Health LA, the only requirements that they need is identification and proof of address, basically, and proof of income. That's it.
They can get preventive care, free medications, mental health care, substance use disorder treatment, and they can also get specialty care and urgent or emergency care at the Department of Health Services hospitals.
There are over 200 community partner clinics that offer My Health LA.
If you prevent disease, whether it's communicable disease or any other type of disease, or the progression of even chronic disease, it benefits the entire community.
A person who has their health has everything.
Because a thriving community is a healthy one. If you would like more information about My Health LA, visit dhs.laccounty.gov/MHLA or call 1-844-744-6452. With 1 in 7 people facing food insecurity, the thousands of pounds of annual food waste that's dumped into landfills creates environmental hazards and increases the toll of hunger. The Department of Public Works is doing something about it. Rudy Salazar is doing his weekly grocery run.
We got milk, whole milk here. I use for all the time for the kids, for cereal and everything. I got cookies that they love for their snack, for their school, for their lunches. Of course, vegetables and sauce for our pasta. I even got the garlic bread for our pasta. They even gave me garlic, a big thing of garlic today.
He's not shopping at a traditional market. Instead, every week he comes here to the Interfaith Food Center, where all his groceries are free.
It's helped out a lot. I got a big family. I'm a single dad. I got 4 kids. My youngest is 5. He's autistic. So the last few years I've been just taking care of him at home.
In fact, hundreds of local families in need come here on a weekly basis.
A lot of our families have maybe 2 jobs, but just making ends meet is just a struggle, being that, housing is so high, so they're struggling. So the faces of hunger continue to change. It's not just the typical seniors who are on fixed income and their children.
And then they go through and select their dry goods. So all of these are USDA commodities. This part comes from the LA Regional Food Bank. We also receive donations from a ton of local grocery stores, about 20.
The Interfaith Food Center was established 36 years ago, and they operate thanks to the help of over 150 volunteers who distribute food to over 1,000 regional families on a weekly basis. The center is one of many places people like Rudy can get nutritious food at no cost, thanks to a program coordinated by the Department of Public Works.
LA County Food Drop Program, that's the Food Donation Recovery and Outreach Program, has been around for a few years, and the easiest way to think about it is as a matchmaker. We bring together supermarkets and other businesses that have excess food that would potentially be thrown away at the end of its useful life, and partner charities and nonprofits that are providing edible food to people who need it.
Dozens of local stores participate, like 99 Ranch Market.
By giving back, to the community, the excessive food that we have is a way, for us, from us saying thank you to the community. And besides, it's a good thing to do.
Before stores can participate in the program, Public Works conducts a site visit to identify products that may be donated to the Food Drop program.
Let's take this pomelo as an example. These fruits are perfectly fine inside and it's still edible. However, due to transportation process, it got damaged on the outside. So as a typical customer, they probably wouldn't want to buy it. And for us, it's a lose-lose situation because we can sell it and also adds up to our dumping cost. So we choose to gather them together and we hope to donate them for a good purpose.
What would happen, for instance, with a product like this as it's starting to get close to expiration?
Those items can also be potentially donated to food rescue agencies. They can quickly redistribute to family they need it before the food got expired.
Anywhere between 1 and 3 big box trucks go out on a daily basis to different grocery stores to pick up food. They come back here, it gets sorted. Could be things that are at, near, or past code. Or it could be that they received a new shipment of bananas and they have to get rid of all their old bananas.
It's a win-win because businesses benefit and food waste is reduced. But most importantly, people that are food insecure get free weekly groceries. For more information on how businesses can participate, visit fooddropla.com. The Department of Beaches and Harbors offers a unique program for youth to build skills and learn the lessons they need to sail through life. Take a look.
Don't fall out, guys. Okay, let's get their bow line.
Just stay calm, guys.
Well done, guys. Nice, good teamwork.
Sophia Vasquez has an exciting day ahead of her.
Basically, we're gonna capsize.
We're gonna go right here.
And maybe if there's wind, we're gonna go sailing.
She and her brother Diego are part of a unique sailing camp at Marina del Rey.
We had to bring the boat back up, and after that, we needed to use teamwork so we can pull ourselves back up on the boat.
Bring it to the middle now.
Lean back, but don't fall out.
Hundreds of kids have been able to enjoy lessons like these thanks to the Department of Beaches and Harbors Water Youth Program.
Most of the students come from all over LA. We have scholarships for kids who are from low-income families.
The sailing program allowed Chase Brower, a former student, to thrive and become a mentor himself, despite his disabilities.
I kind of have a feeling that to help other people who had never done sailing before.
and I help them out.
Chase was not terribly verbal 5 years ago, and now he's getting, he's more socially adept. He mixes up with the kids, but more importantly, he can communicate to other kids in language that we don't use as adults.
He's taught me how to be a better sailor and feel where the wind's coming from and when to tighten or loosen the sail. Maybe one day I can be, I can have his sailing experience.
The water program's youth sailing camp is a 1-week rigorous sailing course which takes place during school holidays and summers. Each year, about 15 classes are held right here at Marina del Rey.
WATER stands for Water Awareness, Training, Education, and Recreation. It's been a program from the Department of Beaches and Harbors for more than 20 years. We've designed it to teach kids about the ocean and about the water. We work with LA County lifeguards to teach them how to sail, or in other programs, we bring them out to Marina del Rey and they learn how to kayak or paddleboard. And it's just a great opportunity for kids all over LA, even from places like Lancaster, Palmdale. It's a great opportunity for them to come to the water, come learn about it, maybe become future sailors themselves.
And the lessons they learn in the water can be applied to real life.
Capsizing is the best!
The kids come here, they see an environment and a way of life that they've never been exposed to. So we try to give them as many skills and as many opportunities when they're on the water, working in the classroom, getting set up to help other kids and to grow themselves.
Always be calm. Because if you're not calm, then you get scared and stuff.
Good job, guys.
Because handling rough waters is a mental sport. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on LA County Close Up.